Why globalization considered as colonization? Globalization is not inherently considered as colonization, but some critics argue that certain aspects of globalization can resemble or contribute to neocolonialism. Here are a few reasons why globalization is sometimes viewed in that light. First, power imbalance. Globalization often involves the flow of resources, capital, and ideas from the developed countries to developing ones, leading to an imbalance of power. This imbalance can perpetuate or reinforce existing inequalities and exploit the resources and labors of less developed nations, similar to historical colonial relationships. Second is economic domination. Globalization can result in economic domination by powerful multinational corporations from developed countries. These corporations may establish a strong presence in developing nations, controlling local markets and extracting profits without always adequately sharing the benefits with local communities. Third is cultural homogenization, the spread of global popular culture through media, entertainment, and consumer products can erode local cultures and identities. Critics argue that this cultural dominance can be similar to the way colonial powers imposed their own cultural values on colonized regions, undermining local traditions and diversity. The fourth is displacement and marginalization. Globalization can lead to the displacement of local industries and workers, particularly in sectors where multinational corporations have a competitive advantage. This can result in job losses, exploitation, and the marginalization of local communities, reminiscent of the negative consequence of colonialism. It's important to note that these criticisms do not apply universally to all aspects of globalization. Globalization also has the potential to foster economic development, exchange of ideas, and cultural understanding. The perception of globalization as colonization arises from the specific aspects and outcomes that some people find problematic.
Explain localization. Localization refers to the blending of global and local influences in various aspects of society, such as culture, business, or technology. It represents the adaptation and localization of global ideas, products, or practices to suit local context and preferences. Localization recognizes that while there is a global interconnectedness, there are also unique local conditions and cultural differences that shape how things are received and implemented. It involves striking a balance between standardized global elements and customization at the local level to create a harmonious fusion of both.
What are the things we can do if there is a surplus? When there is a surplus of products, meaning there is an excess supply beyond the demand, several actions can be taken to address the situation. Here are some options. First, adjust pricing. Lowering prices can help stimulate demand and encourage consumers to purchase the surplus products. Discounts, promotions, or bundling offers may entice customers to buy more. Second, donate or engage in corporate social responsibilities (CSR) initiatives. Consider donating the surplus products to charitable organizations or communities in need. Engaging in CSR initiatives not only helps address the surplus, but also enhance the brand reputations and social impact. The third is repurpose or recycle. If there is a surplus products cannot be sold or donated, explore opportunities for repurposing or recycling them. This can help minimize waste and potentially create new products or materials. So each situations may require a different combination of strategies depending on the nature of the surplus products, and the market conditions. It's important to analyze the specific factors contributing to the surplus and develop tailored plan accordingly.
Black Tuesday refers to the stock market that occurred on October 29, 1929, which marked the start of the Great Depression in the United States. Several events and factors contributed to the circumstances leading up to Black Tuesday. Number 1, speculative bubbles. In the 1920s, there was a speculative bubble in the US stock market fueled by excessive buying and rising stock prices. Many investors believed that stock prices would continue to rise indefinitely, leading to a overvalued market. Number 2, overextension of credits. Banks and brokers extended large amounts of credits to investors to finance their stock purchases. This led to a high level of debt and a fragile financial system as borrowers relied heavily on a margin loan to buy stocks. Number 3, equal distribution of wealth. The economic prosperity of the 1920s was not evenly distributed, with significant wealth concentrated in the hands of a few individuals. This limited purchasing power for the majority of the population and created income disparities. Number 4, agricultural crisis. Farmers faced hardship during the 1920s due to the overproduction, failing prices, and debt. This had negative impact on the rural economic and added strain to the overall economic situation. Number 5, weak regulation of oversight. The stock market and financial industry face weak regulation and oversight, allowing in speculative practices and fraudulent activities. This lack of oversight contributed to the build-up of unsustainable market conditions. On Black Tuesday, panic selling ensued as investors rushed to sell their stock to avoid further losses. This led to a massive stock market crash and a sharp decline in stock prices. The crash caused widespread financial and economic repercussion, including banks' failure and unemployment, business closures, a severe contraction of the economy. The stock market crash of Black Tuesday and the subsequent Great Depression had a profound impact not only in the United States but also the global economy as it triggered the worldwide economy downturn.
The effects of immigration on individuals in a country can vary depending on various factors such as the country's immigration policies, economic condition, social dynamics, and individual perspective. Here are some potential impacts. Number 1, economic effects. Immigration can contribute to a country's economy by filling labor market gaps, bringing in diverse skills and expertise, and fueling innovation and entrepreneurship. Number 2, cultural diversity and enrichment. Immigration brings cultural diversity, introducing new languages, tradition, and perspective to a country. This can enrich the social fabric and promote cross-cultural understanding. Number 3, social dynamics and community integration. Immigration can impact the social dynamics of communities both positively and negatively. Number 4, demographic changes and aging populations. Immigration can address demographic challenges such as declining birth rates and aging populations. Number 5, personal perspective and attitudes. The impact of immigration on individuals can vary based on personal perspectives and attitudes.
Why is it that the Philippines is a state but in the US provinces are called states? The Philippines and the United States have different political structures, which is why they use different terminology to refer to their administrative divisions. The Philippines is a unitary state, meaning it has a centralized government where power is concentrated at the national level. It is divided into administrative regions, provinces, cities, municipalities, and barangays, which are the primary administrative divisions because the country's political structure does not incorporate a federal system with independent states. On the other hand, the United States is a federal republic composed of individual states that have their own governments and share power with the federal government. The term state is used to refer to these independent political entities within the larger federation. Each state has its own constitution, government, institution, and legislative authority. The use of the term state in the United States reflects the federal system and the distinct level of autonomy enjoyed by each state within the country. So, the difference in terminology between the Philippines and the United States is primarily due to their varying political structures and system of governance.
What is the purpose of international organizations? International organizations serve many diverse functions, including collecting information and monitoring trends. It also has a benefit weaker and stronger nation in achieving certain goals in the global spectrum. International organizations set a standard for the nation to follow in ensuring economic development, social empowerment through education, sponsorships, loans, and conditions that needs to be met. Thank you.